Ready?
Yep.
All right. What's everybody? What's up, everybody?
What's everybody up?
What's everybody up? This is Jack Stewart here with Alex Couch. Say hi to the people, Alex.
What's up?
We're here for the first ever Jackionships, a one-round tournament with 4 to 5 people, depending on the footage. This is mostly a proof of concept for doing some tournament coverage here. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. Here are our starting players. We have Alex Couch.
Wow, look at him.
Look at him. Oh, what a specimen. I would say a front runner in this 5-person tournament. We now have the one and only Chandler Reigh. You may remember her from recently winning the World's Mixed Doubles. Pretty impressive rookie season.
Yeah.
And maybe the best hair flip in the game?
Wow.
No, not quite, because now we have Jimmy Archer.
Beautiful golden hour at Whitmarsh.
Yeah. I feel like it was unintentional. It was sort of just when everybody could meet up, but it worked out great.
Yeah. Great for filming.
And then finally, the hometown hero lives about 2 minutes from the course. Wow.
He's hip with the kids, you know.
And there he is now, coming out of his house. We are coming to you live from the fabulous Aaron's Deck.
Mm-hmm.
Use code Aaron's Deck at checkout. And
Where?
anywhere. It all works.
It works anywhere.
Alex, tell us about hole 1.
Hole 1 is a pretty straight shot. I should probably have the U-disc up. So
I'll pull that up. You talk to the people.
But yeah, you can see it there just to the left of the left group of trees where Jimmy's disc is going. Great cut to it there. You can see us on the tee pad.
281 feet.
281. I opted for a mid here. It flipped up on me a little bit.
But you got through the trees, which is all that matters. That's an open look. Who else is... okay, Chandler Reigh, first drive. Alex, what is your usual play on this hole?
Usual play is pretty much the same thing. I probably would pick a normal buzz. I think I threw a buzz SS there and got a little bit of flip on it. You want the fade at the end.
That's Chandler with the buzz saw, so clearly a mid is a popular option here.
Yep.
We have Aaron Young with some sort of Hollow Knight themed disc. I'm sure we won't be seeing more of those. Almost flexed just in time, barely clips the tree.
Yeah, so I went a little long here.
A little too much juice on that. You usually don't see a putt get some like late turn.
Yeah.
Everybody's warming up, apparently. Jimmy Archer, the Gambit man himself. One-on-one with himself.
Pretty good drive.
Honestly, yeah. Very much in circle. The Archman takes the lead after hole 1.
Dang, pressure's on.
Should probably shout out, too. We've got many far from par athletes on the card today. Pretty much. Is it the entire card? Everybody but Aaron.
Everybody but Aaron.
Aaron, funny enough, is the only player in Whatcom County not sponsored by Far From Par. And myself.
He's not in Whatcom County, that's true. He's in Sketchin County.
And that's why. So really, that's a slam at myself. I believe Chandler also got the birdie there. Somebody did.
Hole 2 featuring my bag.
Hole 2, obviously up the tunnel. You can see camera girl Mariah down there. I like to play over the parking lot, which is OB to the right side, but it's just a straight tunnel shot. Let's see how far this one is. It is 246 feet, so this is a great ace run hole if you can just get something down the tunnel. And yeah, Chandler picked up the other birdie there. And back to a buzzsaw. Very popular disc. And another great shot by Jimmy Archer, putting himself in circle again.
I was definitely worried seeing him be in circle 1 in the first 2 holes, as I started out pretty rusty.
Chandler.
Looked like a mid-range.
Can it flex? It cannot. And that's one of the things about this shot too is it is a nice straight shot, but a little bit of a low ceiling, so you gotta throw that low laser beam. Has a fancy looking buzz from Alex Couch.
Yeah.
Oof! And a fancy looking shot.
Yeah, that one felt great. Made the correction from the last hole and throwing the regular buzz, and got some straight to left finish.
Aaron Young with, I believe, a hex. Fades out a little early. Everybody, again, going with that mid-range play, which is a lot of this course, honestly. Everything's a par 3. And it's a lot of like touchy shots where you got to throw a line. Chandler clips the tree on her way in, going to try to save it with his putt. Close, but
Nice
no
try.
cigar. Aaron Young deep in the brush. Honestly, a fantastic bid. A little bit strong side. And the Couch man. Alex, you have added a longer putt routine warm-up. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. In the past, I'd been leaving a lot of my putts short and low, and I just added that longer routine to make sure that I don't have to think about where my hand ends up. So a little bit more follow through without having to think about it. It's helped a bunch. Obviously not for that one.
I think we'll see some good ones coming. Aaron taps in for his par. Chandler, for a birdie, gets her back to even. That's a great bounce back.
I didn't remember she bogeyed.
Yeah, on hole 1, I believe.
Wow.
Oh, no, sorry. You're right. She birdied and then bogeyed. I got it backwards.
Oh, right.
So it's actually like a terrible bounce back from birdie. Hole 3, this is one of the longer ones on the course. We're looking at 381 feet. Definitely have to like hyzer something, get it out there in the middle, unless you use the Aaron play, which I think we're going to see here. What's your strategy on this one, Alex?
Yeah, I feel like I've got the power for this one, so I just try to throw my fastest disc and get it out to the right there and let it come in left.
You kind of want that skip to the basket at the end.
Yeah, right.
Otherwise, you're in danger of like going past it. Jimmy with a 2-stroke lead, 2 holes in. Pretty impressive.
Jimmy with a similar play as me, just seems like didn't get it far enough out to the right.
Just a little early, maybe, yeah. And then, yeah, you definitely want to air to the right because it leaves you in the open,
right?
Versus the left getting caught.
Throwing another Jack Attacks die.
Wow.
This one's my Zeus. Just put it out to the left and let it crash in.
And that's sort of what we're talking about there. We're like, even if you're not parked or in the circle, you have an open look at it. So definitely better to air to the right side than get caught up in the left. This is the Aaron play talking about. He goes extreme Anheuser up the left side. I've seen it work pretty well. Catches a little early there.
Yeah, it looks like he was almost trying to go for a roller. Just didn't get it turned over enough.
And eat your heart out, Joe Mez. You don't have the chowder cam. We have the hat cam on Chandler for this drive. Immediately hits first available. Turns out Chandler did not love the chowder cam.
But
these,
we do.
We love it. Here's her approach. I will say, once you get past that opening gap, this gets so much easier.
For sure.
Just throw a big approach.
Looks like a soft zone.
No, but
Chandler cam seemed to fall off her head.
So this was when she mentioned she hates the chowder cam. It's when her hat went flying after her drive, and so we took a nice break after this. Aaron throwing some sort of overstable approach disc. I haven't the faintest clue what it could be. I'll ask Matt Gagner if he knows. Chandler.
This will be the dumbest bit of the day. I promise.
Absolutely. Chandler with a berg in her hand means good things usually. That's great. Great upshot.
Wow.
I think she just lost that berg, sadly enough.
That is sad.
Jimmy here, I will say, we'll chastise whoever was cameraman on this, but you can't see the basket, but he does pin it from here. A little bit of a spoiler alert with this berg shot. Great little slice there.
You know how this round went?
I don't know. Well, the cameraman told me how things go.
Gotcha. Circle 2 bid here.
Ooh,
very close.
Ooh, that hurts.
That one felt good. Just a little right.
I'll say though, like 3 holes in, putt already definitely seems like pretty warmed up though.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't take me too long. Would have been nice to get one of the first two though, as I was
Yeah.
in. Well, I was in circle for the second one, but
Chandler tapping in another bogey, not necessarily like the start you want.
but again, not the end of the world. At
And
the
this
same time, there's plenty of
course is very scoreable.
there's plenty of gettable birdies here.
Everybody tapping in. And we go to hole 4. You want to run this one?
Sure. What's my footage here?
Oh, 390. All right.
390. So you've got a couple options here. There's a 2 to 3 gaps depending on how risky you want to play it. I feel like most opt for the right gap. Throw something on hyzer, let it come back to the left. It's kind of a bomb as it's completely flat. You're throwing back towards the parking lot. And yeah, just try to get something out in the open, get past the trees, and then usually it's a layup for par.
Similar to that last one, as soon as you get past the trees, it's a pretty easy up and down. It's just getting through this gap with distance. Really tough to do. I feel like this is the traditional play. It's just something, a hyzer out that far right side. It's the biggest gap, and I feel like most people are just playing this one for par. So kind of playing the odds. Back to the Zeus.
Yep. Just trying to push for distance here. Did okay.
Yeah, you're out there. Is the Zeus, do you think that's your max distance right now?
I would say so, yeah. Pretty easy to put on some anhyzer and let it flex out.
Aaron also throwing a Jack Attacks die. This is the Destiny.
Majora's Mask.
Great flip up and right through the center gap. That is the exact shot you want if you're going for distance.
Yeah,
shout
pretty
out,
ideal.
Shout out to the West Side Discs Destiny too. Great disc, 14 speed, but very controllable. Chandler also going with that safe play. Big hyzer out the gap. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe even a long look.
Yeah.
Long bid from Couch. Little fluttery.
Yeah, same issue with the first hole where I put too much anhyzer on the jump putt and it kept turning.
Jimmy, everybody's actually got like a pretty good bid at this. You don't really see 4 people putting on this hole typically.
For sure. Yeah, played the hole well.
Looks like Aaron's using a patented Zach's chalk sack.
Thank you, Zach.
We're not sponsored by anybody, but if we were, it would probably be Zach.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Aaron, a little long. Good bid, had the height. And Chandler, our last hope for a birdie. And everybody seemed like they had a little too much want on their discs there.
For sure.
Everybody's trying to sink that one.
Ooh.
Oh, rough from Aaron. And of course, Chandler hits him with the gritty. Must be
Diabolical.
Diabolical. Jimmy having a spasm.
Yeah, I wish we could pick Aaron's brain about that putt.
If only he were here. But unfortunately, he is nowhere near his own deck that he built. Okay, we're moving on to hole 5. This is another long one. We're at 383 feet. For some reason, plays a lot shorter than the last one. I think it's because there's no gap off the tee, so you feel comfortable really throwing a good rip at this one. You can see that little clearing at the end, and the basket is just to the right. So 2 shots, you can either go up the left side, cut right at the end with like a turnover, big forehand, or I think the more traditional play is the backhand hyzer to the right side, which I think is what Jimmy's going for here.
Yeah, this one's one of my favorites. It's so fun to experiment with some shots and see what works.
Again, it's kind of the beauty of Whitmarsh. I feel like every hole just has like, 5 or 6 different like very usable plays you could go for.
Yeah, it's a great intermediate course, and there are plenty of lines to try out. I opted for a flip up hyzer up the right side. Hopefully gets through.
Yeah, that's definitely a look.
Yeah.
It's kind of a nice one because the last little bit is pretty uphill. So you do feel safe kind of throwing like a bigger putt at it because you're going to hit the ground a lot sooner.
Seems like Chandler went same play. And then Aaron tried to go left to right.
And he actually
To left.
pierces the field goal and has a great look at the 2 here.
A very nice shot. Can we sink a putt?
Well, Jimmy's got the forehand, so not looking great, but
You never know. Oh, catch some trees.
catches a little foliage. Otherwise, that was in for sure. Chandler with the long bid. I assume she's using her AVR there to putt.
Tricky putt.
A long bid, but again, something you definitely want to give a good run at. Nice
Dang.
putt, Alex.
Sweet.
Running that in.
Yeah.
That
I
gets
was able to get left enough of that tree that was a pretty straight on putt. Didn't have to do any Anheuser funniness.
And that gets you under par. Aaron also with a great birdie there.
Yeah, not to be outdone.
Yeah. And Jimmy Jam. Oof. Jimmy Jam. But he's got strokes.
Yep.
You know, like obviously that's one you want to make, but. And that was an awkward lie where it's landed. He definitely had to do some work to still get up to the basket. But makes the race a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
Tell us about hole 6, Alex.
Hole 6 is a right leaning shot. It's at 284 feet here. So not your max distance. There's this very fun and challenging tree gap here in the middle that you kind of try and shape your disc around and then slowly let it stable up and hopefully finish straight or left. Forehand is, I feel like if you've got it, the default play here, just let it come out around the gap and land in the green. I know another favorite is the turnover putter, turnover mid. But you've got a pretty interesting shot on this one when it's available.
Yeah, sometimes people will park in the way, but I really like going through, hyzering through one of those early gaps and going over the parking lot. It really depends on the wind. We should also say Whitmarsh is one of like the windiest courses.
Very true. Right on the river.
Yeah, today was a surprisingly still day. But if there's a nice right to left wind, I think the big hyzer is a great play on this one.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize Aaron actually showed that line off.
Yeah, great example.
Chandler with an almost ace run, it looked like.
And we're actually going to watch this one again. Here's our
shot.
instant replay. Look at this dime from Chandler Reigh.
Wow.
Do not hit your head. She is currently out on tour right now. Otherwise, we'd probably have her here giving us some commentary. Jimmy Archer, I believe that's back to the buzzsaw.
Great shot.
Yeah, that's definitely a putt. Nice shots all around. That's a great run. Everybody has a putt again, which is what we like to see. Aaron from downtown. Smart play.
As he loves to say.
As he would say.
Yep. Ooh.
That's a good bit.
That hit metal?
Can't tell. I think maybe.
Yeah, at some point.
What a scenic hole, too. I definitely think with the train tracks there, this is sort of like the marquee hole on the course. And yeah, I would say the putter's warm, Alex.
Snuck it in on the right side. That was a little sketchy, but
as long as it's in.
I'll take it, yeah.
Nice dust cloud in the background, very cinematic.
Oh yeah, people love to be drifting over there.
James Cameron-esque with the solar flare. Oh, Jimmy Jam! Jimmy out to a hot start and a good lead, and it just seems like these short putts are kind of killing him right now.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of the nice thing is that like on any hole, if you make a good putt, you kind of reset and you have it back.
Very true.
But very, very frustrating. Moving on to hole 7. I would say this is one of the hardest gets on the course. There is river to the right over this tree line, so you definitely don't want to like turn something over. And it also goes downhill into like a ditch, so you can't even like see the basket. Left side's definitely safer. Over there by Camaraya is like an alternate play that I've seen Aaron throw. But mostly you just want to throw something right down the middle, hyzer in front of that last set of trees at the end. And what's your play here, Alex?
Yeah, I just like to try and throw something stable and push it down the gap and then let it finish left. This one just kind of got a little bit right on me, and I'm down on the other side of the dike, but
Which is sort
no
of the
big deal.
danger. Chandler, Reigh, I believe that's a cloud breaker. Very similar shot.
Yeah,
I actually like to go more overstable on this hole and then try to throw it on like some Anheuser flex. But pretty risky play.
yeah.
Oh, there's the shot. Okay, I forgot Aaron threw this, but yeah, he tries to go for that big turnover. I've seen him birdie it with that play, but it is ill-advised.
Showing off the local routes today. I
Exactly.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
he's putting on a show. And now we actually have Alex Couch with a 2-stroke lead on the card. Everybody else sitting at even. Jimmy finds that foliage, which is another part of this hole. You got to keep it low.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of seems like some putting woes for a few.
Wow, Jimmy Jam.
Let me get an early lead here.
Yeah. I will say the back nine does seem like the more scoreable track.
Yeah,
though.
and yeah, I'm certainly not running away with it here.
Aaron went a little off target. He was going to putt to the wrong basket, so I'm there, or the cameraman is there informing him that he's actually at the further one.
Wow, that got me.
Yeah, it's a little bit of foliage on the way
I thought
in,
he was parked.
but I think that'll be a good putt. And that's sort of what we're talking about down there in that ditch.
Yeah. No big deal, though.
Yeah, makes like an approach is still pretty easy, but makes it a tough putt.
Yeah.
Chandler getting absolutely attacked by thorn bushes, which is another reason you don't want to land down there.
Very true.
Jack Stewart's top 10 rule break.
And she almost falls backwards into him.
I do have a clock running on this thing, so she's
Trying to get that 30-second timer going off. I know Aaron's watching the clock.
Help the girl out.
Yeah, that's all you need from there. Aaron with a bit of a long cleanup putt.
Good putt.
Sinks it. Aaron's
Wow,
putting
no
has
problem.
been phenomenal as of late. No matter what he says off camera. I will say, too, for as prestigious as the first ever Jackionships are, I do notice a lot of bag-on putting. And Chandler putting while eating something. You can tell the players are taking it seriously.
Yeah. Here we come to hole 8. You've got pretty much one tree in the way to the basket. It's a 251-foot shot. I feel like most people will go mid-range or putter here. I feel like the main goal with the righty backhand is to try and do a spike hyzer up to the right of this tree on the right and just let it crash down near the basket. Although it is slightly risky because the river is right there on the right. You can sort of see the dike curving around the left there, and it's a downhill straight shot to the river. So you got to be careful.
It's such a... What a shot, Alex.
Thank you.
What did you throw there?
I think that's my Buzz OS.
It's such an interesting risk-reward shot because if you throw the hyzer, you have to throw over the water and hope you come back. But if you throw the forehand, you have to hope you stop short of skipping into the water. So definitely danger both ways.
I like this play from Chandler. Looked like a putter. Just try to get it to turn up straight at the basket and land somewhere near it.
Yeah, if you just hyzer at the very end and kind of like bail out left, it's the basket's far enough from the water where you're not going to be like scared for a putt.
Yeah.
But so far, not a lot of putting to be done. Everybody well within circle.
Jimmy's trying to go putter up the middle. Looks like he turned it a little bit. And that's one of the scary ones where I think he got a little tree help otherwise.
That might have been helpful actually, keeping him up top there. The beautiful Skagit. That's a nice shot there. One of the more scenic holes on the course.
Yeah.
Right on the water.
And probably the most damaged basket out here, I think.
For sure.
I think a tree fell on it.
Yeah, during a windstorm, I believe, and it is crooked to hell, which honestly means, the putting woes continue on this card, which also means that, like, depending on where you land on what side of the basket, you can have, like, a much easier or much more difficult putt.
Yeah, like, I think where Chandler landed here, the the top band is bent down a little bit. So I guess technically you have a smaller target.
Yeah.
But that's a par there. That's a good comebacker make.
Yeah, that's a good cleanup. It's definitely, this is, I think, one of maybe 2 must-gets on the course.
Yeah.
So it definitely doesn't feel good to par that, but
Not the end of the world.
not the end of the world. Again, we're getting into a very scoreable section of the course, but birdies for the rest of the card. And we're now at hole 9, last one at the front, 238 feet. Another great example of how there's so many ways to skin the cat here at Whitmarsh. It's straight down the hole, 240 feet, but you can throw a straight shot, a big turnover out the left side. I've seen people hyzer up the right side. Pretty much any line works, but most commonly is probably the big anhyzer out the left side, I would say.
Yeah. I feel like I have to go down the middle on this one just because it's good to train it. Maybe not the smartest decision when I have a couple stroke lead.
But it is good practice, and maybe it's like the best ace run.
For sure. Oh yeah. If I ever got that one down the middle, that would be so hype.
So that's the more typical play. Aaron plays it out wide, just hooks up a little early. You still have to beat those last trees.
Yeah, didn't look like he quite figured out the angle there.
Jimmy, same shot.
Oh no.
Oh man, he is off target.
That might be the worst kick I've seen.
Chandler back with that jawbreaker zone.
Looks like she might go up the middle.
Very familiar with that disc.
Respect.
Gang, gang. Up the middle, a little bit of flex.
Looks perfect.
That.
Wow.
Oh, that basket was in danger.
I did not realize it was that close.
What a shot. What an angle from the Camaraya catch cam.
I might need to get me one of those zones.
Aaron.
Oh, that's
Or
Jimmy.
Jimmy Archer, sorry. Again, can't see, but he also pinned that one.
Sweet.
Where do you think you could buy like a nice jawbreaker zone, Alex? Do you have like a store or a shop you like go to? Or?
Yeah, I mean my sponsor Far From Par up in Bellingham.
Oh, far from right. Okay, that makes sense.
Only a 10-minute drive away from me, and they've got plenty of options. They have a bunch of ledgestone discs too. If you're ever in the mood for some cool stamps.
What are we doing here? Let's go. Oh, Chandler, no. From the almost ace to the par.
That was a much better bid, I feel like, from the last hole.
Agreed.
Definitely not a gimme. Just
Aaron,
a little high.
Aaron with a turbo?
Whoa.
This is crazy. Sinks it, though. And then he gives props to the big man upstairs, Jack Stewart. The Turbo King of Washington.
Moving on to hole 10.
Well, we're
yeah.
not, Alex.
Wow.
This is our standings after the
Look at
front
this.
9. You're sitting pretty cushy with a 2-stroke lead. Jimmy Archer and Aaron Young tied at 1 down. Chandler, Reigh at even. Nobody over par. We at least like to see that.
Yeah, pretty clean so far from me. No bogeys.
Yeah. I
Sorry
know
about that.
we definitely have some highlights coming up and some big putts. And yeah, we'll see you all on the back 9. Thanks for watching. Hi, neighbor.